Hey everybody, it's Tyler from Gaia Force Gaming, and a lot of you guys have been asking for this deck list in particular, so I figured why not make a video on it. There aren't any big tournaments in BT14, so I won't really get to show a topping deck list because I won't have a chance to play the BT14 format realistically. Outside of the event in PPG, the release event that I went to, that was really fun. That I mentioned in the last video, and yeah, locals. But showcasing BLoomLord. BLoomLord's a really good deck. It's kind of combo centric. It's very, what's a good word for it? I mean, it's very, it's very predicated on the order in which you do things. You could really get tied up in just fumbling the wrong procedure to like execute your combo, for lack of a better term. Not combo in the sense that you get like one big win turn, but it does just kind of pop off with the new support. And the deck stays relatively the same into EX5, and then into BT15 we get some more support for it, and then it really pops off with the Palon X support, and eventually Quantummon whenever that comes to North America. Anyway, here's my deck for it in BT14 with what we have now. I think a lot of the core is very solved, and then you have like some wiggle room in ratios and tech choices. But anyway, I play 5 eggs. I think you always have to play 5 eggs. I think the must is for Kokomon. Kokomon is the best egg in Bloom. When you suspend something with one of your effects, you draw a card. So it just gives you like a huge card draw engine. And your 5th can be whatever you'd like it to be. I went with the Argomon. I think Argomon is a really good pick just to gain that extra memory, get some more extension on your turn. I was playing Tokidori Ballmon, but the math just didn't really math for some of the matchups in this format. I was just worried about the 15k into security, but Shine has kind of fallen off in popularity, at least in the circles that I play in. And I mean, maybe for Mirage, if you want to swing over and not die to a burst mode in security with Quartz. But a lot of times when you're swinging with Quartz, you're swinging to control the board, so you're not really swinging into security, you're just trashing security. So it just became like less of an issue than I thought it would be. Always play 5 eggs. For the rookies, we play the 4 Palmon. Good search. Use top 4, grab a plant, vegetation, and then a fairy as well. So it double hits most of the time if you could hit a Bloom or a Lilymon. 4 Lalamons. Searches top 3 for plant, vegetation, or fairy. Just more consistency pieces, more searchers. The Inheritable also, if you have a green tamer, really huge. Makes it very, very strong. Just reducing the evolution by 1. 3 of the Floodgate Pomu. I went up to 3 instead of 2 because it just comes up in a lot of matchups. The Lugamon matchup specifically, it's really strong in. The D-Brigade matchup, it's really strong in. It could kind of put a wrench into certain security control matchups. Just overall, Pomon is pretty strong. I do still play a single EX Pomon, just for the utility to suspend down threats on board to be able to swing over them. And with all the draw power and search in this deck, you will usually see it if you need. You have to get unlucky to not see it, and it's not needed in most matchups. It's barely needed in the matchups that you want it in too. It's just like a good little utility card to run as a 1 of. You can go to 2 of this and go to 1 of this next card that I like at 2. It is the new Palmon. Again, the Inheritable, the same as the Lalamon. And the start of main phase, you give like a mini ice wall effect to your opponent, one of your opponent's Digimon, but if they become suspended at all, lasts the whole turn, so you could trigger it on your turn, they can unsuspend, you could trigger it on their turn. So those are my rookies. I think it's 13, right? 8, 12, 14. Alright, I upped it to 14. I was at 13 for a while, but I wanted more rookies because you do just kind of pop them out in this deck. For the level 4s, I am playing 4 of the Sunflowmon. This is the one that you need to run 4 of. I feel like it's a non-negotiable. But then the next ones that I'm running, I feel like you have a little wiggle room. I play 4 of the BT12 Sunflowmon, right? BT13, sorry. BT13 Sunflowmon. You can run more of this or go down to 2 even. I think 3, though, is really strong. Just to be able to really, like, give you the bloom as quick as possible, and you could slam it for 4. All of these you can slam for 4. I run the 3 Togemon, the new one that lets you play out Tamers. Also the Inheritable, same as the Sunflow, same as the BT14 Sunflow, same as the Palmon, same as the Lolamon. You're just getting a lot of reduction in your evolution costs going up the line. I've seen some people drop one of these for a single red Vegiemon. I agree with that. I do want to try it. Or just add another red Veggie. I am only running 10 level 4s, because as you make room for other cards, you kind of cut in certain areas, and the deck just draws so much and searches so much that consistency isn't a huge issue. It comes up, you know, once every dozen games or so, but that's Digimon, baby. Level 5s, the non-negotiables. Let's talk about them. Actually, a lot of this deck feels like non-negotiables. For Ayataramon, this card is what makes the deck go, for lack of a better term. You can suspend a Digimon you control to play a plant, vegetation, or fairy, 3k or less, and his Inheritable gains you memory. He's a phenomenal card. He is the only level 5 that I want to pay 3 memory for in this deck. Non-negotiable. 1 Blossommon. It has Digisorption. It is a vegetation. It's limited to 1 for a reason. And then I just have a couple more utility cards. I have a bunch of 1-ofs in these slots. So I do play the 1 Cherrymon. You can up this to 2. I do like playing the Argomon because it turns a slow turn into a fast turn if you go into the bloom. And then you swing, you could drop another, potentially triggering another 2k and another security just by dropping another rookie. Maybe getting a search. You still get on plays. And it is a Digizorp to 0, which can come up if you need to climb really quickly. And I do play 1 of the Lilymon Ace. It is a fairy. Blast Evolution can come up, and once they see that you have it, even if it's only if they see 1, you can kind of just bluff it all the time, and they have to play differently. They have to respect it. They just have to. So I do like it as a 1-of at least. I've seen some people run 2. Argomon does feel like a flex spot, even though it Digizorps for 0, mostly because he is not a plant, vegetation, or fairy. But I still think he has a good place in here. So yeah, I run, what is that, 8 level 5s. A lot of people are running 9 because the Lilymon Ace for 4 can just be really cheap to slam and kind of like Pomon help you answer a board. Then we have 4 BloomLord. There are some people who are wild and only run 3. I get it because you're going to see your deck, but it is so strong. I mean, it's the deck. I did drop Hydra to 2 though. I do like Hydra, and I like it at higher counts, but I needed to make room for some of the other stuff I wanted to play, and I didn't want to cut 5. Like this, I'm counting as like a half 5 because I don't want to climb into it. I didn't want to cut any of the other 5s. I didn't want to go to less 4s. You can go to 13 rookies. It feels okay, but I like the rookie count because I like to start strong, start aggressive. So yeah, 6 level 6s. I run 2 level 7s, and those are the Quartzmons. I feel like you guys should know that. This card makes the world of difference against a lot of matchups. Most importantly, security control, which, as we've seen in Europe at their nationals, it's very popular there. It does retain popularity in North America as well. It is killer against the Mirage matchup if they can't answer it, which is a bad matchup for you. I feel like Mirage might be, out of the popular decks, probably the worst matchup. But if you can get an early Quartz and they can't climb to answer it, and you could establish control, that's kind of your meal ticket if you're not going fast enough. I do run Tamers. I run 2 of the Memory Mimis. You could play this at 1. I like it at 2 because I like running 5 Tamers. I like the Search Mimi. You could play this at 4, this at 1. You could play just 4 Tamers. Maybe drop the Togemon for Red Veggie. Again, it's a lot of flavor choices. I like the new Mimi a lot. I think it adds a lot. You search the top 3 for Plant, Vegetation, or Fairy, and whenever you suspend a Digimon by an effect, you can suspend her to gain a memory. It's just a huge extender. This deck is so efficient. You can get choked to 1 memory multiple turns and still climb your whole stack so easily. especially thanks to your 5 options. HPD. I've seen people run this next card at 3. Run HPD. We don't have to talk about this, right? This is probably the best card in the game, utility wise, like in terms of like what it can produce. HPD is insane. And then I run 4 agility training. You can drop this to 3 and make room for other stuff. I've heavily considered it, but it just feels so good. It's such a great consistency piece. That it being anything else in the deck you want can come up. But this is my Bloomlord list. I mean, it's BT14. It's consistent. Try it out. This is where I've landed so far. This has stayed this way for a few weeks. I've been testing other decks just to play other decks in BT14. But I'm a big fan of Bloom. It's been one of my decks that since I built it, I haven't taken it apart. As you can see, I have a lot of it in max rarity just because I love green. I love Bloom. Yeah, that's really it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me. Let me know how you're liking BT14. Thank you guys for asking for the deck list. I really appreciate your guys' feedback. So let me know in the comments other deck lists you want to see if you see me play them. If it's a regular at my locals that you see in the gameplay videos, playing like a deck that you see them play often, you want to see a deck profile, maybe I could throw something together at locals for you guys. I want to make it happen. Thank you guys always for your support. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, join the Discord for weekly events to win really cool custom playmats like this one. This is one. Hey, you like BloomLord? Check it out. There's a GFG playmat with BloomLord on it, designed by Zach Roy. We have a bunch of other exclusive Zach Roy designs that we had him make for us, so we give them to you. We have a bunch of designs by Static Fox 64, just some really cool pixel designs that, hey, check it out. Wait, oh man, look at this. Look at that plug. Bam, boom. It's like I planned it. I didn't. So we got pixel designs. We have some really cool art on a lot of our custom playmats. We have cool playmats coming up too. Always coming up with new stuff to give back to you guys. Custom dice for playing in events. You know how it goes. Anyway, this is a long outro. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. I didn't cut. I'm not going to do a hard cut. Bye.